isn't a traditional yoga pose. However, it is very close to Eka Pada Kondinyansana. It's a similar arm balance, with the only difference being the lifted leg. In Kondinyansana, it's often a straight leg, where in mountain climber, our front lifted leg is bent. This pose is not found in the Journey into Power sequence. That being said, it's something that can be added into your practice at any time. It's most frequently thrown in whenever you're doing a chaturanga, especially a chaturanga from like a warrior pose or a pose where you have one leg forward. It can also be done right from downward facing dog. Some of the benefits of this pose include strengthening your arms and wrists, as well as toning your belly and your spine. Some prep poses could be seated, wide leg forward fold, frog, cheetahs, and chaturangas, of course. So I'm going to show the pose first, and then I'm going to do a progression build up on everything that you can do to practice this pose. So I'm going to start my mountain climber from downward facing dog. You draw your knee to your tricep, bend your arms, and float your back leg. Your gaze in this pose can either look to the side or you can look straight ahead. In Eka Pada Kondinyansana, the technique is to look forward versus turn your head, but ultimately it's whatever is most comfortable for you. So when practicing this pose, cheetah is probably the most important thing. It starts to tone the shoulders and your core to prep. So start with your left leg in the air, draw your knee to your nose. Notice how my shoulders shift forward over my wrists. Hug your belly in, extend out. Draw your knee to your left tricep, shift forward and back. Now over to the right tricep, really hug in and back. Switch sides. Push down through your hands, hug in through your core. Extend behind you. Draw your knee to your right elbow or tricep. Extend behind you. Opposite leg. Downward facing dog. So once you're starting to get comfortable with cheetah and you're starting to feel your strength build, the next thing you can do is I like to call cheetah push-ups or cheetah chatta push-ups. So you're going to do your cheetah. Start with your left leg. Draw your knee to your nose. Extend behind you. Draw your knee to your left elbow. Chaturanga arms, low plank, high plank. Three-legged dog. Come back to your left tricep. Shift forward. Bend. Extend. Reach back. I'm going to switch sides. Take your right leg up. Draw your knee to your tricep. Bend to 90 degrees. Extend. Push back up. Let's do that again. Tricep. Bend. Extend. And back. Great. Once you start to feel your strength build from that, the next thing would be to do the mountain climber with blocks. So I personally like cork blocks. When using them in arm balances, I feel a little bit more sturdy than using the foam blocks. Adding the blocks gives you space to lift your chest and your legs off the ground. So, starting with my left leg. Shift forward, hug your knee to your tricep. Bend your arms 90 degrees. So from here, you see my left elbow is supporting my left knee. My right elbow is supporting my right hip. Press out through your long leg. Both my feet are flexed. And start to lift your back leg towards the ceiling. And don't forget to breathe. I'm going to switch to my right side. That way you can see the elbow to hip connection on the opposite side. Draw your knee in. Bend your arms. Notice the hip support under my left elbow. Flex out and press out through your lifted leg. Squeeze muscle to bone. Good. So the really main keys that you want to think about, just like crow, you're grounding down through your hands, hugging your elbows in. There's muscle action happening in your long back leg. Really hug muscle to bone and press out through a flexed foot. So I'm going to do this one more time through downward facing dog, and then I'll show you how to toss it into a sequence. So left side, shift forward, make the connection, draw your belly in and up, press out and up through your lifted foot. Switching sides. Bend your arms 90 degrees, hug in, press down through your hands. Awesome. So you will hear us say chaturanga or mountain climber a lot in class. Obviously, this is always just an encouragement. This is your practice. You can level up, level down in any way you choose. When we give this prompt, it's most frequently either in awakening with sun bees or with vitality. So I'm going to go through the first half of the vitality sequence, showing you an example of where you can toss this into your practice. I'm going to show you once without blocks and then once with blocks. Tossing in something extra because it felt good. Now here you go. Here's your option. Chaturanga or mountain climber. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. So you notice my knee is already at my tricep here. Plant both your hands, bend your top foot, flex out through both your lifted feet. Up dog, down dog. So like I said, you can start to add this into your practice even when you're still using your blocks for space. I will show this one more time. You can either use your blocks the entire time and use them in your down dog and up dog, or you can adjust to not using them until the very end. And then right here, plant your hands on your block. Shift your shoulders forward, bend your elbows, flex both your feet. One last time on the left side. And your hands hug into your center line. You can have your gaze down, or you can look to the side. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.